Hey guys, it's Abby. I know it's been a little while since I made a video, but I don't really want to make videos unless I actually have something to share, something that God put inside of my heart to share with you guys. So that's why I haven't made a video in a while, but now I do have something and I hope it speaks to you. So this message kind of came about because I think it was about a week or two ago. I was at church and I get asked a lot, what are you going to do? What's the next step that you're going to take in your life? And, all these things. And sometimes that's a hard question to answer because you don't always know. For me, I have the dream that, or dreams that God has breathed inside of me, but sometimes I don't know exactly how to go about doing them. Sometimes you have to seek direction from the Lord, and sometimes you're just kind of in that season of waiting, and there's nothing wrong with that. So it can be frustrating sometimes when you're constantly being asked that. And sometimes maybe you feel like you tell people and they don't understand. That's kind of how I was feeling. I was feeling like, well, no one understands, exactly what it is that I want to do, or the dream that God gave me, because He didn't give it to anyone else. He gave it to me. So sometimes, it's okay if people don't understand that. It's okay if you're the only one that kind of knows what it is that you need to do. And so I was kind of frustrated because I still am seeking direction from the Lord as to where exactly to go and what exactly to do. Because I have the vision, I just don't have the exact direction. And so I was driving home and I was kind of frustrated, and I was just like, no one understands me, you know? And then all of a sudden God spoke to me and He just said, lean on me. And that just hit me because I was like, you're so right. He's so right. I was, in my head, I was thinking, well, what should I do? What do I do next? Should I do this? Should I do that? What if I just try this? What if I try that? And I was trying to, make a plan and do everything in my own strength, and don't try to do it in your own strength. That's what I was doing. I was trying to, make a way for myself, and trying to find a solution and take things into my own hands, essentially. And I was just thinking about that, and I was like, well, I can't open doors the way God can supernaturally open doors for me. I can't bring favor upon my life the way God brings favor upon me. I can't do that. Only He can do that. He can open the doors. He can make a way. He can give me the direction to know where I'm supposed to go. And so He just said, lean on me. And that was just so comforting to me. And then, of course, the verses that were perfect for exactly what I was thinking were Proverbs chapter 3 verses 3 through 6. It says, never let loyalty and kindness leave you. Tie them around your neck as a reminder. Write them deep in your heart. Then you will find favor both with God and people, and you will earn a good reputation. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. That's the New Living Translation. And that was just perfect for me because it says, do not depend on your own understanding, or do not lean on your own understanding. And that was perfect because He said, lean on me. So I was just like, wow, that was so great. And then I just realized, which I've done it before, but sometimes we need a reminder, sometimes we need to refresh and kind of reset. And so I was just thinking, you have to humble yourself before God. You really just have to lay it before Him, lay your dreams out before Him, and admit that you can't do it on your own, because we can't do anything in our own strength. Apart from Him, we can do nothing. And I just think that's so important to remember, because you can try to make a way, you can try to make a path for yourself, but if you're not leaning on God, ultimately your plan is going to fail. You can't do it on your own. And so I was reading James chapter 4 verse 6 through 7, and it says, as He gives grace generously, as the scriptures say, God opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. So humble yourselves before God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Now I was thinking, who are the proud? Who are the proud people that He's talking about there? He opposes the proud. The proud are the people that won't admit that they need God's help. Let me say that again. The proud are the people that won't admit that they need God's help. If you say, oh, well, I can do this, I can, go to this meeting, or I can meet this person, and they're going to be the ones that make a way for me. They're going to be the ones that take me where I need to go. No, they can't do that. God can lead you to that person, but ultimately that person can't bring you what you need. Only God can bring you what you need. They can bring you something temporary, maybe some kind of temporary success, some kind of temporary satisfaction, but ultimately they're not the ones that are going to fulfill you. Or that job or that friendship or that relationship that you're striving towards, if it's without God, it's ultimately not going to fulfill you. It's just temporary. And so I think that's important to remember. And I read John 15:5, which I think most people know. It says, yes, I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who remain in me and I in them will produce much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. Wow. Apart from me, you can do nothing. He says it there. But those who remain in me and I in them will produce much fruit. So if you just lean on God and admit, God, I need your help. God, I need you to show me direction. God, I need you to speak to me. He'll say, okay. And he'll show you which path to take. And sometimes I think a lot of us think that, oh, well, I just need to get there right away. Or I need this to happen now. It's like, things don't happen in your timing. God, I heard something the other day that said, God is not in a rush. God doesn't tell time, So you might be saying, oh my gosh, it's been 3 days for something to happen, and God's like, 3 days? What is that? And I just think that's so important to remember. And something that I think of is that if God hasn't taken you where you want to be yet, maybe it's because there's something that you need to learn in that process, in that time, in that season of preparation that you'll need for when you get there. And when you get to that place that God's taken you, you're going to say, wow, God, this is why I went through this, or this is why I had to wait, because I needed to learn these things in my season of waiting. The season of waiting is never in vain. The season of waiting is a season of preparation. You have to prepare for everything you do. Even if you're cooking, you have to prepare before the meal doesn't just come out. There's a preparation. There's a preparation that comes before. And I just think that's so important to remember, just to lean on him in that season of preparation, because there's a reason that you're waiting. You're not just, God doesn't say, I'm just going to make them wait because I don't feel like fulfilling their dreams yet. No, he put those dreams inside of you. He wants to see them come to pass, but you have to be ready for it. And so the last thing I just want to say is to allow God to move. Allow him to take you through the season, allow him to get you there. And it may not be exactly the way that you pictured it. It may not be the way that you thought everything was going to happen, or it may not fall into place the way that you thought it was going to fall into place. But the Bible says that his ways and his thoughts are higher than ours. His ways and his thoughts are higher than ours. So if you have a plan, and if it doesn't happen exactly that way, it's because God has a better way. He has a better way. That's just so awesome. And so when we turn our problems to God and allow him to just take them over, he has this tendency to exceed our expectations in ways that we never thought possible. So like I was saying, you may say, well, I want my life to go this way. I have this dream and I'm going to get there this way. That way may not be the way that he's taking you. And he loves us so much that he'll say, wow, you're dreaming this big when I want you to dream this big. Our dreams are so small compared to what God can do. So even your biggest dream, he'll give it to you. If it's a God-breathed dream, he'll give it to you. But in an even greater way, in a better way, where you're going to say, wow, I wasn't expecting that, or wow, thank you, God, that you gave it to me at this time, in this season, in this way. because it's better this way. So I just really wanted to encourage you guys on that. That's something that you know, he spoke to me, just kind of in leaning on him in every situation, in every aspect of your life. And just know that, like I said, the season of waiting is never in vain, and the season of preparation is never in vain, and he's going to take you to places that you never even thought possible and that you never even dreamed about. So I just encourage you to lean on the Lord today, and if you like this video, like it, subscribe, leave me a comment if there's anything that you want me to talk about, and I will read everything and respond. So God bless you guys, and I hope you all have a good Christmas.